Hi, I'm Raluca Cannon, co-founder of Parzival Academy, here to talk to you about the concept of living in the question. At Parzival Academy, we keep exploring this idea of living in the question. And it's a hard thing to do, considering that we are living in a system when we are educating our kids in a system where they're supposed to come up with the right answer, where they're supposed to be graded as well on that answer. So first, before we even explore how we can live in the question, we need to acknowledge this. We need to acknowledge the background of the difference between a question that is a question to have an answer and a powerful question, which is meant for reflection. At Parzival Academy, we also say that there's no right or wrong answer. The question is actually more important than the answer itself. So as we're exploring this, living in the question, we approach it through three powerful questions. The first question that we're looking at is, how do you look at a question? How prompted are you to answer it immediately? And where is that need to answer it immediately coming from? As a second grader, I was told that I'm asking too many questions. And I heard that message throughout my whole education. And I'm not supposed to ask questions, I am supposed to give the answer, and I better have the right answer. And that influenced the way I see this idea of living in the question. And that influenced the way, even in my work, I saw problems and coming up with solutions immediately and not necessarily being able to stay with that question for so long. And grant you, not all the questions are meant to be lived in. Some of them have to have an answer, and some of them have an urgency. But the second aspect that we invite our students to reflect on is, what's your relationship with saying, I don't know? And where is that coming from? What are you risking when you're saying, I don't know? Are you risking a bad grade? Are you risking your image? Are you risking being seen as a failure? Or are you actually risking the love and respect of others by saying, I don't know? So that's the second reflection point for us to be able to live in the question. And the third aspect that we are reflecting on is what's the emotional context that we create with the questions that we have. The right questions in the wrong emotional states will generate the wrong conversation. Are we asking why from a place of anger, or are we asking why from a place of curiosity? So these are the three elements that we are looking at as we explore, we start relearning to live in the question. Parzival Academy, we keep saying that questions are a guide for you. They're not meant to be answered. They're meant to be looked at throughout your journey, even beyond our program. Your answers will change. Thank you.